day, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILECAST on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins every day. My name is Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, Archbishop Church of Uganda welcome to Madi West Nile Diocese. Thieves stab mobile money operator and robbery million shillings in Paida Town Council. And Paranga Day culture event commemorated in Maracha district. This and more in the NILECAST News Bulletin. Good evening again, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILECAST on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The Archbishop of the Province of the Church of Uganda, His Grace Reverend Stephen Samuel Kazimba Mugalu, arrived for his pastoral visit to the Madi West Nile Diocese. The Archbishop was received by the Bishop Right Reverend Charles Collins Ndaku, the resident City Commissioner, the resident District Commissioner, and Christians as he started his 4-day pastoral visit to the diocese. Let's have more on that story.
The Bishop and the Christians of the Diocese of Madi West Nile welcomed the 9th Archbishop of the Province of the Church of Uganda, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, this morning at the border between Nebi District and Madi Okolo District. The Christians, clergy and the government officials were in joyous moods upon the arrival of the Archbishop to the diocese, who was accompanied by the Bishop of Nebi Diocese, Right Reverend Pons Ozele. The Archbishop later proceeded to commissioning of the newly constructed St. Stephen's Church of Uganda in Oyibu Archdeaconry, where he dedicated the building, the altar, and the Christians to God.
St. Stephen's Church of Uganda on the coast is hereby being commissioned by me and dedicated to the glory of God. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We bless the altar table, all the chairs here, everything inside here. We pray that you bless everything, even those who want to mention, to your glory and honor. We bless you and we exalt you in Jesus' name. Amen.
However, the Archbishop, who was accompanied by the Bishop of the Diocese of Madi West Nile, planted trees as a sign to care for the environment, since it has been one of the key focuses of the Church of Uganda under the Department of Household Community Transformation.
Asadri erni eri ye patinde babile bane tengonde malia asadri ya doru tani simvini sagloda tamusi amina.
Conclusively, the Archbishop finished the rest of his days at Uganda Christian University Ringley Study Center for his first major visit as the Chancellor of the university. I am Ivan Manava, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
And more in our stories for the evening. Police in Zombo district have launched an investigation under which unknown thieves stabbed a mobile money operator in Paida Town Council, Zombo district. Akiki Amoti, a 22-year-old resident of Paida Town Council, was rushed to St. Mary's Clinic after he was stabbed with a knife on the left side of his belly 3 times, left arm and chest respectively by unknown thugs. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Police in Zombo district have launched an investigation under which unknown thieves stabbed a mobile money operator along Jupanyondo Road in Paida Town Council, Zombo district. Amota Kiki, a 22-year-old resident of Jupandika East Cell, Paida Town Council, was rushed to St. Maria Clinic after he was stabbed with a knife in the left side of the belly 3 times, left arm and chest respectively by unknown thugs. The incident happened at around 8 p.m. Eyewitnesses who preferred anonymity say the suspects escaped through one of the dark corridors in Paida Town Council. A clinical officer at St. Maria Clinic who was giving treatment to the victim said he saved the victim who was lying in a pool of blood. Santos Kermondo, chairperson Paida Mobile Man Operators, condemned the incident and said the association has managed to take the victim to Holy Family Hospital Nyapea for further treatment.
Ideo jaleni manu dog sende pa kusimu cheke gam tingu bisheto koru and gam weke dong makor so lembeni ira ane be le magwe dong kawona pe kwa abeshimo ang danu matitie ka ki mobile money di town ni kadi bende di town ni tendengo sai kadi sai tusharo tuko ni kitie kipini ya yipa dana la konko shalo customer ibinu nanke tu customer kudige nye bibini pemirecha ni ongola ni nange suka pe kwa wi kema yi pe kemo ole ka kwanza ki ko video etame pero la ma ku ye ta keja kanya na mu ke ka ni banga ki ka mu transaction ni do cha ko lo ka ni ni ko na ku operating mobile man pa pincha ya nange timu pinkanga agame do ko le denu pa ku meme manori kum tagiwa sharing to naleta.
Meanwhile, speaking to West Nile TV, the victim said the thieves made away with the 3 million shillings, a mobile phone with the 2 SIM cards for Airtel and MTN, and a laptop bag containing other items. Akiki recalled that the attackers were 3 in number, and one was his regular customer and spoke Lugwara accent.
Anyangati akima moti steward. Manyauri lemeni timreki ni misawa shell kunusu kama ni sawa basi ai tie nangwalawa bedu ko uwo boss para ija dukani misha samu wabedu wa shell muzei para luumi neche de saira nywaji ega meshi do deshe do kasa nywaji ja enewa ko bedu dako mo dako cha dunanka wodo sende eskatele namba pa chwari donc namba ba chwari ga beru ka donc metwa initiating politique e da ko ga mu kere ga mu yori ngendundu tek limba mo ko bolu ko yani nyako mo ga shelo bolu ko limba ke ga mu kelo sende na ka gwete sa me o sende si bare la kere wu dem kinema atingu buga mira gwete limba eni apoio de dita shelo tuji utuju angajelo mondingi counter dokani kaduri ya kweli pendo bang ela penya ni amero kweli t-shirt mkende hagama waje t-shirt mkende podi mero chika kila dong poda mi na nga ka gwet gine ma eni aka gwet kilimba kana la nge ba de ite en ke wanga la na no shari o tungita ot wan dokani agama poi wanga shel mara shel mi kin choy da binu ne kumach sam ne kumachi jal mbe ga pe ni bongo shenge mi muta wanga shel o ma ko muta e malare den godum sam mo po du di komi muta e ma ko para su en jal mo ne kumachi gamu binu o pie wanga shel bi chonga e bi sam pie bi chonga winju chonga ni mel wanga shel gamu kwi en me ma muta para wa titini kode gamu jal pie bi chonga e ke to be ko pala shenge jale di gamu punya ni anyu pi namba pa airtel abe dongra po e to makagai to me bota e kende be penja suwa po e kende e te no shinga e komkom e gami shop e shop shinga e no wanga gamu na no ngara shel mushungu dong ta ota mondo dong be shop pinyo be shop be do bag mo ba sende kamu do simu mo ba mobile money kamu chaka keo kin buku kesha simu para be di jeba simu medit e bine wa do simu wende meni podi ma e ma ko muda suwa be titini ko de wa chela neno jalma e su nga pala na go choba ka kai agama jakira nya tikelu mo ku pina agama jakira la pala da kamu rieda kama ukamu telo bongore ye rieda tindi.
Grace Team, Deputy Resident Commissioner Zombo District, advises mobile money operators to be vigilant and close their businesses as early as 6 p.m. because they don't have security to work beyond the time.
It is unfortunate that someone lost that sum of money, over 3 million shillings, to thugs or robbers, thieves, we call them who they are. They are all bad people. But I want to call upon all mobile money operators and all people who are dealing in cash. Please make sure that you are vigilant and see to it that you close shop early. You close your business early, if possible before 7. Because I know most of the operators cannot afford security to guard them. But my advice to them is that they should close their shops before 7 o'clock.
Meanwhile, last month, Uganda Police Force released a report that attacks and robberies on the mobile money operators and agent banking are on the increase, and noted that hotspot areas are in Gulu City, Zombo District, Kampala City, Yumbe District, among others. Alfred Jawak, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
The school, which is in Moyo
Nur Islamic Primary School in Moyo District, is grappling with the issue of lack of proper latrine for male pupils and staff. Mali Maiko, the Moyo District Education Officer, stated that the stands ratio of latrines in the school is below the national norm, and therefore there's need for maintenance and repair on the current dilapidated latrine structures in the school. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The school, which is in Moyo Town Council in Moyo District, is grappling with the issue of lack of proper latrine for the male pupils and the staff. That has led to the pupils sharing the same latrine with their staff, yet the available latrine is in a very sorry state. Mrs. Alia Rose Miliaziga, the head teacher of the school, said the school has a problem with the WAS, that is to say the school latrines are in a very bad condition, especially that for the boys and the staff.
We have a problem with the school wash, the school wash, that is the toilets. Mostly the boys' toilets and the staff toilets. They are in very poor conditions. These toilets were constructed way back in 2004. Being a new head teacher brought to this school just this year, I'm facing a lot of difficulties. I therefore beg the stakeholders, the ones responsible to build, come to our aid so that new toilets are constructed for the school. Because the conditions we are in is not okay. The ones for the teachers is completely very bad, and they say that it can't be accessed by the teachers. It is even forcing some of the teachers to go outside to ease themselves out. Because the toilets are so old and they are dated actually. So what I'm requesting is the stakeholders should really help us so that new toilets are constructed for the school.
Mr. Ali Moses, the school management committee chairperson, said it is true that the latrine condition in the school is not good and said the number of stances for the pupils is not enough, and in the staff side there is no latrine, and this has made the staff to share the latrines with the pupils. But as a school management committee and parents teachers association, they had a meeting in first term in which they agreed to raise some funds to build a latrine for the staff.
It is true that the latrine condition in the Nuru Islamic Primary School is not good. If you see the number of stances for the pupils is not enough. And if you come to the staff side, totally we don't have latrine for our staffs. This makes them to share latrines with the pupils. As SMCs with the PTA, in the first time we had a meeting where we agreed that we should raise some fund so that we can have a latrine for the staffs.
Honorable Letaru Gladys, the female councillor for Central Ward in Moyo Town Council, who is also a member of the school management committee, said they have already forwarded the issue to the district, but also as parents and community members of the school, they agreed in a meeting that all the parents should contribute 2,000 shillings per pupil, and this money will be used for constructing emergency latrine for the school, especially for the teachers, and very soon they will reach out to the civil society organizations for help.
We can't afford, we forward to the district. This is what we have already forwarded to the district, and we pray that the district also considers this as an emergency state. But leave alone the town council and the district, we as the community, as the parents of Nuru Primary, we called a parents meeting. We have sat down with the parents. Our parents came with an idea that we need to contribute some funds. So each people is going to give 2,000 shillings for us to construct an emergency latrine for the school. Most especially for the teachers now, because the ones they are having is already dilapidated, inaccessible actually. So the parents have agreed to give 2,000 per each people, and we have close to 700 something peoples, whereby we may make some good collections, and soon we shall reach up to some civil society organizations to help us.
Mr. Malimaiko, the district education officer Moyo, said the stance ratio of the latrines in the school is below the national norm, and therefore there is need for doing maintenance and repair on the current dilapidated latrine structures in the school.
The stance ratios are below the national norm. So what we may need to do is do repair work on the dilapidated structures, and then also do draining where latrines are getting full. However, I'm happy with the Muslim community because they are clean and they use plenty of water.
Nur Islamic Primary School is the only Islamic primary school in Moyo Town Council and has an enrollment of 630 pupils and 15 teachers with 10 latrine stances for the male pupils. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu from Moyo.
And more in our stories for the evening. People in Paranga clan on the 1st of July 2023 joined by government officials and people from other parts of Maricha district in commemorating the annual cultural event dubbed Paranga Day, held in Maricha East constituency. Osuto Yusuf reports more. The people of Paranga clan on the 1st of July 2023 joined the government officials and the people from other parts of Maracha district in commemoration of the annual cultural event dubbed Paranga Day, held at Maracha East constituency. An elder in Paranga clan, Gandhi Osonga, blamed the involvement of the religion and government over the alarming level of indiscipline displayed by the children among the society. Peter Atiku, another elder in Paranga clan, stated that too much producing of children has caused some of the problems we have in our societies today. Honorable Simon Ositia, the Paranga Sub-County Councillor to the District Council, noted that some of the key activities during the event were poem, drama, history telling, and traditional dance, among others, to revive their cultural heritage.
The key activities, in fact, one is the traditional dances. We also the schools around to give poems, and we also wanted the drama, our traditional dance, to recall our culture. You know, these days traditional dances are no longer there, but on such occasions when they are organized, you realize that this is how things were, and they even enjoy this you were able to see.
The Paranga Sub-County LC3 chairperson, Honorable Osutre Godfrey, stated that the fading culture has caused moral decay in our societies.
We now sat with the LOC1 and some stakeholders that how are we going to celebrate this? Now they said since culture is fading and the previous culture was very, very important in ushering discipline, in ushering morals, and it made the actual our guys to grow discipline. But this time when you check around, people tend to forget about culture. Now we choose to go with this celebration in a cultural way. That's why you saw even our guys bringing back the traditional songs, the storytelling. At least it will help also our young ones to know that previously culture was there. Embracing traditional culture to refine morals. If you check previously, a girl to go for fornication, it was a taboo. But this time you can see even young ones carrying children, which is not nice. But previously for a young one to carry a child, that was really a taboo. That's why we want us to focus and that morals come back.
Paranga Day is the only cultural event commemorated in Maracha district. Osuta Yusuf and Okumuringa Christine for West Nile Television, NILECAST. And more in our stories for the evening. Gulu University students are worried about the escalating number of mental health cases growing among the students at the university. According to the guild officials, mismanagement of tuition fees, broken relationships, and failure to pay tuition fees on time among one of the causes that are causing mental illness among the students at the university. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports more.
Looking at the age bracket of students at universities, many shy have to open up to their colleagues.
My friends, I think they are so introvert. They don't tell people when they're suffering. So parents, they don't deposit any money, let me say, in the bank for tuition. They give you. So some people, maybe, let me say, at the start of the semester, they eat the money. Then, if you eat some money for tuition, it's very difficult to refund it. So they eat their money. Sometimes maybe retakes.
A recent case I can cite is the current one of BLQ. Some students invested their tuitions on BLQ, but later on they did end up being disappointed, and that affected majority of the students, which in return they had that mental health problem.
Marvin Drake says there is need for development partners to come in and help Gulu University in fighting mental health. He believes the magnitude of the problem is overwhelming the current intervention being taken by the university.
Personally, I think I would say the interventions that have been taken are they're a bit limited, or they are not sufficient enough to cover up or to bring people out of these challenges that they're facing, these mental health issues they're facing. Personally, I should say I got to know about the university councillor just a few weeks back. I believe there are very many people who are like me.
Namanya Geoffrey, the health minister at Gulu University Guild government, urges students to help by referring their friends exhibiting mental health related signs to the university councillors.
We are having a university councillor. Any challenge a student is having, he should be addressing it to the university councillor. The university councillor has an office within the university where you are supposed to go as a student and you address your issues. She's always there to guide you. Issues concerning counseling and guidance, she's always there in all the cases to guide you.
Annabel Sanyo, UN Youth Fellow, under the programs, UN Youth Delegates paid a courtesy visit to Gulu University to encourage students in the university to regularly seek for counseling services because the current mental health statistic is worrying.
When you are to look at Uganda, 14 million Ugandans are suffering from mental health. What does that mean for us as a country where the youth are the biggest population? It means that the youth are suffering the most. And when you are to look at it from this angle, if 14 million Ugandans are sick, it means that if 2 Ugandans were to interact with one more other person on a daily basis, then the whole country, the whole population is affected.
Advice to seek or refer their colleagues for counseling services as one way to curb down the prevalence of mental health illness in Uganda. Stephen Okelo for West Nile Television, NILECAST.
In our stories for the evening, the Ministry of Finance has for the second time swept away the 6 billion shillings meant for the staff salaries in Terego district after the district failed to appoint officers recruited to utilize the funds. In the year 2021-2022 financial year, the district failed to advertise for positions, and this resulted into the repossession of the funds by the ministry. While during the just concluded financial year 2022-2023, the district delayed to appoint 154 teachers. Frederick Jamadri reports more.
About 66 billion was swept. 6 billion was swept. When you take analysis of the region, I think Ajumani could be over 10 billion, Yobe could also be over 10 billion, everywhere. But for Terego is actually a national outlook. I'm not saying returning 1 shilling is good. Why was this money returned? Why was this money returned? This money is wage. This money is wage. Minister of Lands sent me money. He returned 2.5 billion in May through Parliament, Honorable Minister. I received money. The money through the paper came on 21st of May. The money reached the account where I can spend on 4th of June. You can see you must make a miracle, pray God should help you. Honorable Minister, as we stand at the closure, no whose money was swept. The money was put and injected on development, areas. The money we returned was for salary.
And more in our stories for the evening. Police Marine are looking for 6 people who died in a boat accident on Lake Victoria on Wednesday. In a statement issued by Kampala Metropolitan Police, it stated that the first incident occurred on a boat traveling from Cassis Island to Katosi in Mukono district. It had 2 occupants on board, an unidentified man and woman. Police further revealed that the second incident involved a transport boat from Kiseba Island heading to Katosi in Mukono. It was carrying 11 people on board and had 100 bags of charcoal, 40 bags of silverfish and other personal belongings. A list of the 6 people who were rescued by the other boat, but 5 people were still missing. And now we have the sports news by our sports anchor, Owen Azanga.
Welcome to the sports news, and in the sports news today, the Nile Leopards are in intense pressure preparing in for the very big rugby games that is coming this very weekend in Kitgum. The Whistle Time crew reports. The Nile Leopards are in The Nile Leopards are in intense preparation ahead of the forthcoming national competition hosted by Kitgum this weekend. Olitri Emmanuel, the captain at Nile Leopards, expects to face giant teams in this competition.
Resistance for some time, and I know we have got a number of fans outside there and so on, but what I know about the club here is that the club is yet a young club, a club that is yet to get to better levels, because people have been hearing of better clubs like Pirates, Corps, Heathens and so on in Kampala. But I know with time, the club we are having here will also progress from there. But what I know over the weekend, actually this weekend, I will say this club will be moving out, shall be going for nationals in Kitgum. That's where we are going to work for a national competition. That means we're also going to face the big teams we have in Kampala there. They're all going to be in Kitgum. And I pray about going to Kitgum. It is a national competition. We once had it also in Arua, that was last year. We had it in Green Light Stadium. So whoever was there should have witnessed what nationals is all about. So we going there, I know we're going to verse bigger teams than us. That means we're going to have the likes of Pirates, Corps. Actually, the national team of Uganda we're going to play with some of the players because they happen to split up in some teams. So we're going to verse them. I know it's going to be something hard. You may not expect a lot from us, but however, we shall have a good show to our fans out there that to understand that rugby exists in Arua. It doesn't mean that we're not going to do anything, but we're going to have a good play when we get to Kitgum there.
He further requested well-wishers to join them in supporting the club.
You also support us. We may not need you supporting us financially, but also physically. You can go and have some entertainment. I know rugby is yet new in Arua. Many people don't understand the concept. People say that it's a rough game, but no, it isn't. The best to do is you to come to the field here where we train. You'll get to understand what the game is all about, the rules and the wrong plays, all those things. We learn them from here. Yeah, I think that is what briefly I can talk about the club.
Nile Leopards has the female club called the Nile Leopards, which will also participate in the nationals in Kitgum. Halima Ratib, the assistant captress of the Nile Leopards, explains their preparation level for the weekend games.
Okay, here we do our trainings so that we prepare for our games, and another things like visiting other schools to go and show our talents, we also do them. In fact, I started going for competition since senior 2 when I was at Ediofe Secondary School, and this year we have gone for one national game under the one for under 20s. We have gone once, and this is going to be the second one on Saturday. The performance was good, only that we stopped at semi-finals, but we didn't go for finals because the team that won us also has won the other side. There are two, like A and B, so we are the first in A. The team that was first in B now took over us. I encourage all the supporters, actual people from West Nile, in fact others also from other sides, those who really feel good about this club this side. Since it is the only club this side, I really encourage them to come and support us so that we get more courage. We play even for the country as well.
Nile Leopards Rugby Club is a social enterprise and community-based organization registered in June 2022. It's a body that uses sports as a tool to invest in youth economic empowerment and skills development in order to contribute to poverty eradication and inclusive economic growth, as well as promoting education and offer education opportunities to the vulnerable sports persons. Owen Ezaga, Linda Suzy, Benson Oraku, West Nile TV, NILECAST. In the other stories, different primary schools are preparing for the forthcoming primary school ball games in Arua City. Benson Pastore reports.
Different primary schools in Arua City have started preparing for the upcoming ball games. Schools like Yombati Primary, Brystar Nursery Primary School, Springs plus others continues to do intensive trainings and play friendly matches amidst them. Therefore, some schools shall be represented by age category of under 12, under 14 and under 16. Meanwhile, others shall only be represented by under 12s and under 14s.
We have started with the trainings very well, though there are some challenges that we are likely to face in the due course of the training. But at the moment, we are proceeding very well.
As a coach, you have to train under 12, under 14, under 16, and sometimes the time factor also affects us, but otherwise the training is not moving on bad. These are kids, we always train them not much to compete, but we always train them much in order to identify their talents. That is the most thing with the kids, and it is always very grateful for us as coaches to ensure that we teach those boys basics in football, so that when they grow in future they can fit in any club, they can feature in any school, in any university. That is our target. As far as Brightview is concerned, I know the pressure of the training I had is much because we are the defending champion in Arua City last year under 14, and this time our target is to ensure that we want to retain the trophy. And as we are planning, the other schools were also planning for us. So as a coach, it means I need to double my effort to ensure that these boys play better game so that they can bring for me the results.
And in other stories, nationally, the Star Times Uganda Premier League will officially come to a climax tonight with an award ceremony at Serena Hotel, Kampala. The coveted award gala is aimed at appreciating and rewarding the players that were outstanding in the previous season, 2022-2023 season. The league secretariat made a short list of the nominees, and of course the category that the Secretariat of Uganda Football Federation made 3 categories of nominees who will be participating in this award ceremony. This include the Player of the Season, Top Scorer of the Season, Most Assist of the Season, and the Midfield of the Season, among others. This will be taking place today at Serena Hotel, and more will be coming tomorrow at the NILECAST. Now, internationally, PSG have confirmed the signature of Marco Asensio, whose contract elapsed at Real Madrid last summer. The 27-year-old joins the club on a free transfer and pens a 3-year contract with the French Giants. He will be at the club from 2023-2024 season up to 2025-2027 season. With all that, Max, the sports news in NILECAST. My name is Owen Izaga. Stay glued to West Nile TV.
Thank you, Owen Izaga, for the sports update. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILECAST on West Nile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILECAST to the end of the NILECAST, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Have a good day.